This is Bremster, and this is, I think, my fifth record for today. I know you're only seeing them once a day, but when I've got a day like today where I can actually sit down and hammer them out, I try to record in advance because I'm about to go into a period where I won't be able to record for about a week. So I'm trying to knock some stuff out in advance. I know that means that I won't be able to bring you updates that are timely, but they're puzzles. Puzzles don't die. Well, let's hope they don't. So yeah, it really hopefully shouldn't matter. So let's enjoy the puzzles. I know I've brought you some hard ones over the last few days, and over the last couple of weeks as well. There's been some interesting feedback on that regard. So this is one that I've been told should be quite easy and not quite like an easy walk in the park, but definitely a walk in the park level puzzle. So I wanted to bring you this one. This is a puzzle that was sent in by Rodrigo Mahu, who has done a couple of puzzles for my channel before and is known to be an exceptional setter. And he saw a puzzle which was called, I think it was Roman XV or Roman Kropki, which was the first puzzle that I received by Randall, who has since been doing a lot of amazing stuff. He was one of the people responsible for the pack that's going on at the moment, which is the Welcome to Some Dots pack. And yeah, Randall's been doing amazing stuff, but Rodrigo saw that video a couple of months ago and said he was inspired by the puzzle and he wanted to, he's been creating puzzles based on that, and he thinks this is the best one of them. Still an easy puzzle, he says, and it shouldn't be too hard for anyone. So I thought after the challenging ones I've done recently that doing something a bit easier would be fun for everyone. So let's have some fun with it. So this is obvious fish is obvious but. So that makes me a little bit worried about what might be in here, but of course, we will only know. So the pack I mentioned, of course, is the Welcome to Some Dots. There'll be links to that below, and there'll be a banner at the end of my video. If you haven't seen that, go have a look. 15, 16 something, Some Dots puzzles. I gave all the details a couple of days ago. I won't go through that again just now. I will in a few days. Let's have a look at this. Welcome, obvious fish is obvious but by Rodrigo Mahu. So how does this work? Normal Sudoku rules apply. In every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. We have XV pairs, which means cells separated by an X must sum to 10, cells separated by a V must sum to 5, and the pairs means that not all X's and V's are given, which means that this could sum to 5, this could sum to 5, this could sum to 10. No problem. We don't have to be given a clue. We just have been. And where there is a clue, they must. Similar with the Kropki pairs. Where there is a black dot, the digits must have a ratio of 1 to 2, or one must be double the other. And where there is a white dot, the digits must be consecutive, which means they will be different by 1. Consecutive. 2 and 3 are consecutive. 2 and 4 are not. That's all that means. Again, not all dots are given. So these could be consecutive. These could be consecutive. These could be in a ratio of 1 to 2. I have no idea. Hopefully in about 20 minutes, we will know together. So let's give this a shot. Okay, sorry about that. I had a massive house interruption a couple of minutes into recording, and when I get an interruption right at the start of the puzzle, I prefer to start again rather than just cut in. It depends on how far through I am, and it was just a couple of minutes in. So yeah, let's give this a shot. I'll do what I did last time. So this is an XV puzzle. So the first thing I'm of course going to do is highlight all of the V's, and because you can only make them with 1, 4 or 2, 3, I am going to put that in. Now I'm going to show you the dumb thing I did last time, which is I noticed that in column 5, there are these 3 dots, and there are 3 cells that aren't on dots. Of course, they need to be 5, 7, and 9 because you cannot put 5, 7, and 9 on a black Kropki dot. Because if you did, the ratios of them would be not valid Sudoku digits, something and a half or something 10 or above. And then I proceeded to talk about how these would have to be 1, 2. They couldn't be 2, 4. One of them would be 3, 6. So yeah, anyway, one of these has to be 3, 6 because they just do, because the other ones are 1, 2, and 4, 8, and you cannot do 2, 4 because if I did 2, 4, the other one would be 1, 8, and that is not in a 1 to 2 relationship with each other. And then I proceeded to play around in this box without realizing that the obvious fish in the title is obvious, and I have exactly the same thing in column 1 and column 9. So those are 5, 7, and 9. So I have triples in these rows. So because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 7, and 9, this is a 6, 8 pair. So, which means this is 5, 7, and 9, and this is 5, 7, and 9. Because 6 can only go next to 5 or 7, 8 can only go to 7 and 9, and I've got a 5, 7, 9 triple. So this is a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These are 1, 2, 3, and 4. I can't do 2, 4 on this, and I can't do 3, 6 on this. So this is not 3 or 4. That is a 1, 2. This is a 3 or a 4. Wait, how does that work? Because the 3 has to go next to a 2, and the 4... which means this is 1 and this is 2. And then the 4 can't go next. So this is a 2, 5 pair. But right, because if the 3 can't go next to a 4 now, so the 3 can only go now down to a 2 and the 4 can't go next to a 3. So, right, that's very, very cool. And whichever way the 2 is going to force this, or vice versa. But I've got the same thing here. One of these is 1, 2. One of these is 4, 8. One of these is 3, 6. But can I tell which is which? How am I going to tell which is which? All I've got left, apart from that, is these clues. There's 2... Here's the but, isn't it? Now, this can't be 1, 2, because if this is 1, 2, I've got no fill there. This can't be 2, 4 for the same reason. This could be 3, 6 or 4, 8. Either way, I've got a virtual 3, 4 pair. Because if this is 2, 3, this has to be 4, 8. And if this is 1, 4, this has to be 3, 6. So the 3 and the 4 are going to be used in there. These are 3, 6, and 4, 8. One, 2, 3, 4. This is a quadruple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 6, 7, 8, 9. These are the high digits, and you can never put 7 or 9 on a black dot. So that gives you a 6, 8 pair, which means these. 6 and 8 can only go with 3 and 4, so that's 3, 4 pair. Which gives me a virtual 3, 4 pair in this. Six, 8, and 3. So one of these is 8, 4. One of these is 3, 6. So, whoa, what is going on? So I've got a virtual 3, 4 pair. One of these is 1, 2. These are on consecutive. These can't be 1. Because if this is 1, both of those are 2. Can I put 1 on this at all? If this is 1, 2, this would be 3. One, 2, 3. Yeah. This is the but. One, 2. So what? These can't be 5, 7, or 9. I've got a virtual 3-4 pair. So it's 1, 2, can't use 3, 4, can't use 5, 6. These are 1, 2, 6, and 8. One of them has to be from 1, 2. One of them has to be from 6, 8. That can't be 1, 2, because that would break that. It can't be 2, 4, because that would break that. So this is from 4, 8 or 3, 6, which is the same as this. Does that mean this is also 1, 2, 6, 8? Yeah, because I've got a virtual 3, 4 pair. What is going on? It's got to be these consecutive dots, doesn't it? He promised me easy, and I'm sure it is, but I'm just blanking to it. So one of these has to be 2, 3. If this is 2, 3, this is 2, this becomes 3, this becomes 4, this becomes 5. This becomes 4, this becomes 8. And you have to put 6 in there. Of course that all works. This can go either way. All of this is completely symmetrical and it can go either way. The only thing breaking the symmetry on this grid is this. So it's got to be up here. Oh no, it's also this. So it's these being swapped? Hang on, but doesn't that... But if... Doesn't that mean the grid can be just rotated? So what's going to break the symmetry on this grid? I'm starting to be paranoid that I've been sent the wrong grid. Obvious fish is obvious. So what's the but? Is there an unobvious fish here? I was told this was easy. Like people had tested this in like 5 minutes. So Bremster is an idiot. So one of these is going to be... One of these has to be 1, 2. One of them has to be 4, 8. One of them has to be 3, 6. Now we know this is 1, 2. So one of these is 4, 8. One of these is 3, 6. But I don't see how that translates across these boundaries. How does that translate across those boundaries? How do those XVs interact? Oh, That's really clever. So if you look at these black dots, in the columns, we know one of them is 1, 2, we know one of them is 4, 8, and we know one of them is 3, 6. What happens if I make either of those dots 1, 2? If that's a 1, 2, what's that V? It's 3, 4 and broken. So I can't make that the 1, 2. And I can't make that the 1, 2, so this is the 1, 2, and I can't put one in the middle. That's a 2, that's a 1. This is a... And the same is here. I can't make this 1, 2 without breaking the V, so this is a 1, 2. So this is a 7, 8. No, 8, 9. 8, 9. 8, 9. This is a 1, 2. So this is a 3, 4, 6, 8. And this is a 3, 4, 6, 8. Now this is a 3. So there's no 3, 6 on here. This is 4, 8, which means there's no 4, 1 on here. This is 2, 3, which means there's no 3, 6 on here. This is 4, 8, which means this is 3 and this is 6, which means this is 8 and this is 4, which means there's no 4, 8 on here. This is 3, 6. This being 3, 6 means this is 7 or 4. That is really clever. Now, 4 here can only go with 5, 8 can go with 7 or 9, and I've got another 5, 7, 9. This is not 3, so this is not 6. There's probably more I'm missing, but I'll get there. That's very, very clever. And actually not that hard. You just have to see it. You just have to see it. So this 3, 6 takes the 2, 3 off there. So that's 1, 4, which takes the 4, 8 off there. This is 3, 6. So now we know what these are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, and 8. That gives me an 8 X-wing. Now, what I mean by an X-wing is 8 has to go in one of those 2 cells in that box and one of those 2 cells in that box. There's nowhere else I can put it. So 8 comes out of those, which is important. So that's not 8, 4. But it means that I cannot put any more 8s in these columns, because if I was to put an 8 here, then 8 could not go in either of those 2 cells. It would have to go in both of those, and I have a conflict. So... yeah, I'm not great at explaining that, but it means that neither of those can be 8. 8 now has to go on here, so this is 4, 8, so that is not 6 and that is not 3, and all of these pairs are resolving each other. Those are 4, 8, those are 3, 6. So these are going to have, these are also X-wings, which matches the 3, 6, the 4, 8, which matches the 4, 8. Yep, that's all good. This can't be 4, 1 anymore because of the 4 here. So the 2, 3 takes the 2, 3 out of there. You've just got to keep following and not stopping. The 1, 4 here. Now 2 has to go in this bottom line now. So 2 can't go in those, it can't go in those, it can't go in either of those 2. That's the 2, that's the 3, that's the 4, that's the 5. The 5 means that's not 5. So that's a 7, 9 pair. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 6. Now, here, I need to put an 8 in there. Missed something again, but I'll catch up. That 2 makes that 3, which makes that 2. The 3 makes that 6, which makes that 3. Okay. There's no 2 in those, so that is a 1, 6 pair. 2 has to go in one of those 2. That's a 2, 3 pair. So these are 5, 7, and 9, giving me a 5, 7, 9 triple. So these have to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, these are 1 and 6. And that 6 makes that the 1 and that the 6. The 1 makes that 4 and 1. The 6 looks down, making that 1 and 6. The 1 looks up, making that 4 and 1. That is really cool. The 4 in that box makes that 7, which makes that 3, which makes that 6, which looks over, making that 3 and that 6. There's no 7 there. That's a 9. That's a 7, which means there's no 7 there. This is now just Sudoku, but, you know, as a scanning exercise, always good fun. There's no 7 in either of those, so there is a 7 in one of those two, which means that has to be the 7, which I could have got from the 9, but, you know, 5, 8, and 9 go into there, which means, yeah, okay, so that's all balancing out. I still don't have anything on that, but I'll get there, I'm sure. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got to put a 6 in there. And that 6 is telling me which one. That is the 6. So this is a 5, 7, or a 9. These have to be 5, 7, and 9. That one's not 7 or 9. That is the 5. There's no 5 there. That is the 9. That is the 7. That is the 9. There is no 9 in either of those. That still could be a 4 or an 8. Something will come along. The 3 makes that a 2, which makes that a 3. The 4 looks down, making that an 8, and that a 4. These columns are starting to reveal their secrets. This is an 8. This is 2, 5, or 9. And sure, that's the 5. So this is actually a 2, 9. The 5 means these are not 5s. Obvious fish is obvious. How to use obvious fish, less so. That 9 looks down, so that is 5 or 8. So what am I missing in this column? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 7, and 8. These are 5, 7, and 8. Well, that's not an 8. That is not a 7. So this is 5, 7, 8, and 9. Where do I put 4 in this box? 4 in this box goes right there, which puts 4 in one of those two. Nope, it puts 4 right there. One, 2, 5, 8, 9. So this is 1, 2, 5, 8, 9. That's not 2 or 8. So this is 1, not 2, 5, not 8, 9. 1, 5, 9. Four, 8. No, that's not doing anything. It will when I get that, which I have because of that 7. That's the 5, that's the 4, that's the 8, that's the 4, that's the 8. The 5 looks over, making those not 5, which puts 5 in there. This is just me scanning badly. I'll get there, I promise. That's 9, which means that's 8, which means that's 5, which means that's 7. 8 is in a 10 or X relationship with 2, which makes that 1, which makes that 9, which makes that 2. This is now a 1, which means that's 6 and that's 1. This is a very cool puzzle. 8 and 6. 8 is not in a relationship with 5. 6 is not in a relationship with 9. That 9 makes that 7, which makes that 5, which makes that 8, which makes that 9, which makes that 5, which makes that 7. I normally don't like beast mode, I think is the phrase for it, like this, but this puzzle is screaming out to be solved like this. This is very fun. 2 and 8. I need to put 5 and 9 in here. There is a 9 there. So that is the 5. That is the 9. And that is, as promised, a 20-minute puzzle, even though I was scanning like the proverbial stormtrooper. Stormtrooper. That was a lot of fun. Thank you, Rodrigo Mahu, for sending that one through. That was so much fun, even though I had a fire alarm that punched straight through my noise-cancelling headphones. Yeah, not recommended. It was a false alarm. It's fine. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you found that puzzle as fun as I did, as much fun as I did. That was really, really cool. It's almost certain that the puzzle tomorrow is going to be something a little bit more challenging than that one, because there's been some doozies submitted to me. So let's see what we come up with. I may actually have to pull something from my vault, which may mean it's a little bit easy. I've also got a puzzle that I've set recently that I'm really happy with that I want to do. So maybe it might be that. I don't know. I'll come up with something. I'll bring you a puzzle. That's all I can say. Yeah, thanks everyone for watching. And as always, good luck with your solving.